Good morning, everybody. We're on the Spears Landing paddle trail, and this is Lake Marion. There's an official Spears Landing paddling trail, but we're not on it. We're close. We're in the vicinity. Where are we, Poof?
Marion Lake.
On Lake Marion, in the southern part, is an archipelago of islands, and that's what we're exploring on this trip. Historically, I've been to the northern part of Lake Marion and Sparkleberry Swamp. This is just, again, the southern part of that lake. Right now we're on one of those islands, just assessing for a potential hang. The beauty of paddling this part of Lake Marion this time of year is most of the bugs are gone, even though we did get into some fire ants when we were putting the kayaks in the water. Hardly any motorboaters out. The gators. Yeah, this lake's full of gators, but a little chilly for them too. I guess the snakes the same. Yeah, it's like a cypress graveyard.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking too. It looks like a graveyard.
Lots of little cypress tombstones. Pretty cool lone cypress island. Poof's over here taking pictures. And on my right is Church Island. And it's probably the most distal point we'll make this afternoon. We are going all the way around it and back to a campsite we found earlier in the day.
Before my grandmother was born.
This is the Church Island Cemetery. You saw a couple of Confederate soldier graves earlier. This guy was born in 1823.
Wow.
Fire Ant City. There was a church here. It burned in 1927. It was rebuilt. 1954 it was moved because of the rising waters made it inaccessible from the Santee River. And in front of you is roughly where the pulpit was. Just want to take this opportunity to say hey Shug, hey Grizz. We're somewhere on Lake Marion on an unnamed island. We're something I've always wanted to do, hanging from cypress trees. It's been a gorgeous day. They were calling for 70s. It's probably in the upper 60s by now. It's very cool this morning. Foof's putting together the Eagle J version of the Nimblewheel Nomad, and we'll be grilling some meat on this in a little bit. Here's Poof's setup. She's in a double war bonnet with a hammock gear underquilt. And what's inside there, Poof? Which top quilt, do you know? Looks like her top quilt is also a hammock gear. She's got a very stealthy setup. I'm in a single war bonnet with a hammock gear underquilt. Same one I used 2 weeks ago on the bike trip in Georgia and Alabama. It's the one that's got that Cuban lining. And I am under a war bonnet 3-season Mamba. Should be cozy. It's going to be mid-40s tonight here on Lake Marion.